This is Breana Payne, demo number 2, B-Day 77. Alright, so you're going to give me the keyword and sound.
Gem, chip. Wait, no.
That's one. Gate.
Gate, go.
And then gem, j.
Gem, chip. I want to say owl.
No, octopus.
Octopus,
Do you remember the second one? Robot.
Robot, oh. Candy,
Mm-hmm.
and fly, I.
Mm-hmm.
Shell, sh. Yo, you. Truck, k. Rower.
Hmm?
Like rowing.
No.
Fork.
Fork is the first one, yeah. And then there's two more.
Fork.
Worm
Worm.
and doctor.
Doctor.
Good. Statue.
Statue, you.
Light.
Light, I. Yo, yo, yo.
Yarn.
Yarn, yo. Box. Church. Tree, no. Beat, E.
Same sound, but it's athlete.
Athlete, E. Book, moon, oo. Dog, no. Bat, big bat.
There you go.
Station, ton, shun.
Shun.
Elephant,
And you bring the second one?
Feet, no.
Meter.
Meter, E. Dodge, J.
Badge.
Badge, J. Is it one that makes the aw sound? Like, aw.
No, this is nail.
Nail, A. Shun. Explosion, shun.
Explosion. Jeune.
Jun. And then mansion, shun.
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 Mhm.
Mouse, mouse, ow.
Mouse out. Good. Okay. It's words. We have new it's words today, so we're on flashcards.
Yes. I like when it's flashcards.
Alright, I go first. Far.
Bar,
Indian.
Indian,
Real.
real,
Almost.
almost,
Let. Above.
above,
Girl.
girl,
Sometimes.
sometimes,
Mountain.
mountain,
Cut.
cut.
Your turn.
Bar, Indian, real, almost, let, above, girl, sometimes, mountain, cut. Oh, we have a spare knife, and sometimes my mom cuts herself with them. Not like all the time when she gets it out.
Oh no.
It sometimes is a bad thing because
It sounds like a bad thing.
yeah, she tries to cut like steak, like maybe steak, but then she cuts herself on accident.
It's funny.
But at least she knows what to do.
True. Okay, we have a new rate packet today.
Okay.
And I'll not going to use that awful timer from last time.
Well, that's cool.
So I found one on my computer.
That's cool. Did you have to like search it?
Yes, I did search it.
Well, at least you found one.
Yes. Alright, you will have 1 minute to read this. I'll start the timer whenever you're ready.
I'm just wondering, what is this word?
Fern.
And Denver?
Yeah.
Okay. Fern's first poem was in 3 weeks. Her date, Denver, told her that he made dinner plans for them. Fern had a lots to do to get set for the date. But first thing she needed was a perfect dress. She and her mom went shopping. Fern wanted a dress that would flatter her and make her feel good. She looked a lot of things. Then she burst from the dress room with the third dress. "This is it!" she yelled to her mom. It was the shade of copper and a long skirt.
Okay, nice job.
It makes a weird sound.
It does. It's different than the other.
Yeah. Usually it's kind of like ding ding ding. That one's like ding ding ding. You can hear it. Can you like save the times that you need?
I don't know. I don't think
It
so.
would be nice if you could save it.
Alright, do you want to echo?
No.
Okay.
Wait.
Up.
Twirl?
Yep.
Okay. First, third, skirt, twirl, swirl. First, twirl, third, skirt, first, twirl, swirl, third, twirl, swirl, first, third, skirt, curl, fern, her, burst, turn, fern, burst, curl, turn, her, turn, burst, fern, curl, burst, her, burn, turn, curl, burst, swirl, twirl,
It's hard to say swirl, twirl.
Yeah, especially twirl. I can't say it.
Dinner, flatter, copper, glitter, glimmer, after, slipper, silver, butter, stutter,
Dinner, flatter, copper, glitter, glamour, dinner, glitter, flatter, copper, dinner, glitter, glamour, flatter, glitter, glamour, dinner, flatter, copper, after, slipper, silver, butter, stutter, slipper, butter, after, stutter, silver, stutter, butter, slipper, after, butter, silver, slipper, stutter, after.
Nice job.
At least it wasn't twirl.
Swirl, twirl.
It kind of sounds the same, but kind of don't. Like after you say it.
Yeah, it's different enough.
Yeah. That's a lot of paper.
Yeah, I don't think any of it's front and back, so that's why.
I think it should be front and back, so then it's just easier to keep. But then it's also, if you use markers, it's probably not going to be the best to use.
Do you want one of these?
This one.
Okay. Alright. So look, listen, echo, name and write.
Is here one? Why?
Mm-hmm.
Is it at the end?
Mm-hmm. Okay, so tell me, name what you wrote.
I.
You just say I, final position.
I, final position, Y.
Good. And then we have one like cactus.
Cactus. S-E?
Just one S.
One S.
Mhm.
S.
So just write S. Yep. And then we have one like mice.
Mice. S.
C-E.
C-E. Oops. S, final position, S, S, C, S. Wait, no, C, E.
Yes. That's it. You just have to name it now.
C.
Diagraph.
Diagraph, S-H.
There you go.
Like book,
Mm-hmm.
Diagraph,
Mm-hmm.
O-O.
Good. E.
E. At least it's not A.
You don't need that one. Okay. And you do need one more at the beginning. Remember, an athlete has 2 feet. So put it right here.
E-E. Diagraph.
Diagraph.
Diagraph, E-E. E, constant, E. E. Final position. Diagraph. E-E.
And when would you use just E by itself?
After. I know
And
one
then
is.
open accented
Accent
syllable. Yeah.
I know one is like after a W. Is it that A?
Yeah, that's a different letter.
Yeah.
Ch. Name it.
CH. Diagraph, CH. Slash, slash.
Final position.
Final position. Trigraph, TCH. Diagraph, CH.
X.
You can tell that's not that common.
Mm-hmm. U.
U. U, consonant, E. U.
Mm-hmm.
Is there a slash, slash one?
Mm-hmm.
Is it E? U, E?
Yes. So when would you use U by itself?
After some?
And then open
Accented
accented syllable. Mm-hmm.
So it's like E.
Yep. E. Yep. Ah.
O.
And
A.
yes. And when does A say ah?
After
Mm-hmm.
W?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oi.
Oi. Like toy.
The first one is like coin.
Coin. Coin. Koi.
And then it changes spelling in the final position.
Oh. I had to say my chance. O. I likes Y. U likes W.
That's right.
Kind of rhymes.
Okay, go ahead and name that one.
Diagraph.
Diphthong.
Diphthong. O-I. Diphthong.
Mhm.
O-Y.
Or.
Or.
What's that one called?
Boss yar. A diagraph.
Combination.
Combination. O-R.
B.
D.
Mm-mm. Mm-hmm. Yep.
Did we learn that C can go at the end?
Mm-hmm. Good. And last one, ow.
Ow. A-U?
No.
O-W?
That's in the final. And the first one's like, like a mouse. Okay. Time for spelling practice. Once you find a blank page.
I just went straight into one.
Perfect.
Do you guys reuse these?
I don't think so.
Like, take out some pages and, like, reuse them?
I don't think so. Probably not. Okay. If you hear a short vowel sound followed by a consonant sound, it's vowel consonant coded with a brief. If you hear k and the next letters A, O, U, or a consonant, how do you spell it? C. Wait.
C.
C. If you hear k and the next letters E, I, or Y, what do you spell it with?
K.
Mm-hmm. If you have a one-syllable base word with a short vowel sound and a final k, how do you spell that?
C-K.
C-K. Digraph C-K.
Finally.
If you hear a consonant sound and a final k, how do you spell that?
C.
It's actually just a K, like pink. If you have a two-syllable base word with a short vowel sound and a final k, what do you use then?
C-K?
Nope, that's one syllable.
C.
Yes, good. And then if you hear before a k, you're going to write N and then however you need to spell your k sound. And
There's a lot.
I know, there's just one more. If you hear vowel, consonant, consonant, vowel, divide between the consonants.
That's just a lot.
This is a lot.
Do we have to use that all for spelling?
Well, you might not use it all, but you'll have to decide which k ruler you're going to use.
Yeah.
Okay, and we're going to be spelling two-syllable base words. Well, some of them will be two-syllable.
Will
So-
we have like a ending to it?
Like a suffix?
Yeah.
No, we're not
Okay.
doing derivatives today. Just two syllables.
Okay.
And our k rules. So look, listen, echo. Unblend with your pictures. Decide where you divide it. Touch and spell, name and write, code and read. And if you do daisies, I'll put down the pictures if you say the sounds.
Okay.
Alright. The first one is going to be milk.
Milk.
Okay.
M-I-L-K.
Good.
And
You only have to split if it's a two-syllable word. But you do have to code it.
There we go. Wait.
Yep, and then read it.
Milk.
Good.
I don't like milk. I only like chocolate milk.
Oh.
A little bit of strawberry milk, But once our school brought back, like at the end of the year, strawberry milk by like one lunch,
Mm-hmm.
gone.
I bet. Picnic.
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 Picnic. Okay, so where are you going to divide it?
Right here.
Yes, between the consonants. Good. And then you can touch and spell.
P I K C C N I K.
So how many syllables do we have?
Seek.
CK would be for one syllable. So you need to look for a 2-syllable roll.
C.
Mm-hmm.
I would spell right here.
Mm-hmm.
Do you like going on picnics?
And don't forget to add your accent. So do we say picnic or picnic?
I thought that one has no sound.
You what?
I thought this one had sound.
Oh.
Like the line and then.
Oh, you just switched up the
Yeah.
symbols. Okay. You can just cross them out and then
I'm just
rewrite it.
I'm drawing
Oh.
arrow.
Okay.
Easy enough.
Easy enough. All right. Fleck.
Fleck. What does that mean?
Like a fleck of dust means like a very small piece of dust or something.
I thought that meant like a bird's, like a group of birds, like
Oh,
flying.
that would be like a flock.
Oh. They kind of sound the same.
They're close.
Fleck.
Fleck.
O. F L E. Okay. Wait. C.
So is this a 1-syllable word or a 2-syllable word? One.
So CK.
Yep.
Would I box?
No. You only box if it's a suffix.
What about FL?
It's nothing. Okay, so read your word.
Fleck.
Our next word is sank.
Sank, like it sank down.
Mm.
Sank. S A N K.
Mhm.
Sank.
Okay. And last one, drastic.
Like a drastic change.
Yes. Drastic.
Stick.
Drastic. All right. Where are you going to divide?
Right here.
Mm-hmm.
S. Can I write that down in this part down?
Sure.
T-I-C-K.
So is this a one-syllable word or a two-syllable word?
One, no, two.
Two. So we need a two-syllable word.
C.
Mm-hmm. And then where does your accent go?
Drastic.
So do we say drastic or drastic?
There we go.
Okay. Time for a sentence. Okay.
It seems really dark. It seems really light on this, but it's really dark on paper.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of funny. Sometimes it's like really light on like one thing, but then you see it.
And yeah, and the color looks a little different.
Yeah, I feel like the yellow for instant words are like a little darker, but it's like way lighter.
Okay. The is a learned word.
Of course.
Of course. And if you hear a final oi, it's going to be diphthong OI. Okay, you ready?
Yep.
The frantic boy struck his hand on the desk.
Frantic boy
Struck his hand.
on the desk.
Any tricky spots? The frantic boy struck his hand on the desk.
The frantic boy struck his hand on the desk. The frantic boy struck his hand on the desk.
And which rule helped you spell desk? Which are our rules?
The CK.
So did you have a one-syllable base word with a short vowel sound and then a final k? No.
So
Well, do you have a two-syllable base word?
yes. No.
No.
So it's okay.
It's okay.
There we go.
There we go. Oh, and don't forget your accent on frantic. Which one? How do we say that? Frantic or frantic? Oh, actually you did right. Okay, nice job. So, we've been going over rules, and we know a one-syllable base word with a short vowel sound, final k is digraph CK. If you hear a consonant sound and a final k, it's a K. And a two-syllable base word with a short vowel sound, final k, spelled with a C. And then yesterday, we learned that a vowel in an open, unaccented syllable, E, O, and U are half long. They get the modified macron.
Modified macron.
I is short, coded with the breathe. A says
Tittle.
coded with the tittle. Alright. We are done with that, and we are on to our book.
We're almost done.
Yeah, getting close.
Do you think we could finish today?
Oh, we'll finish today. Yeah.
Yay.
Okay.
And then I like the facts about it.
So let's just review 2 vocabulary words. Do you remember what a mirage is?
No.
It's an optical illusion caused by heat. So sometimes in the desert, people will see
Oh, yeah.
like a source of water.
And you also need water to survive.
You do, but they see it, but they go closer and it's not real.
Yeah.
What about a passage?
A passage is use like a door in your closet that can lead somewhere. It's like a passageway.
Yes. So it's kind of like a hallway. Like there's walls on each side and it leads somewhere else. Here. Okay. This one's yours.
That one looks really more vibrant. Because
Oh, they're different. I didn't realize that. Yours is creepier.
that one looks way more vibrant than the other.
Yeah.
Probably because it's dark.
Are we on chapter 8?
Yeah.
Okay. A real mummy, Jack thought. Bandages were still wrapped around the mummy's skull, but most of the bandages had fallen away from the face. It was Hetepi, Queen of the Nile. Hetepi's mummy wasn't beautiful. It had broken teeth, little wrinkled ears, and a squashed nose. Its flesh had withered. Its eyes were hollow sockets. The rotting bandages on the mummy's body were coming off. Jack could see the bones.
That's gross.
Mm-hmm. Start here.
What does what does Queen of the Nile?
So the place where she was the queen, do you know what the Nile is?
No.
It's a river that goes through Egypt. So in that area, the Nile ran right through her kingdom. So she's Queen of the Nile.
Ooh, gross! Cried Annie. Let's go. No, said Jack. It's interesting. Forget it, said Annie. She started out of the room. Wait, Annie! Come on, Jack. Hurry! Annie called. She was standing by a door. Jack pulled out the Egyptian book and flipped to the page of a mummy. Picture of a mummy. He read aloud.
Ancient Egyptians tried to protect the body so it would last forever. First, it was dried out with salt.
Ugh! Stop! Annie, listen, said Jack. He kept reading.
Next, it was covered with oil. Then it was wrapped tightly in bandages. The brain was removed by...
Yuck! Stop! cried Annie. Goodbye. She dashed out of the room. of the room. Annie, called Jack. We have to give her the Book of the Dead. But Annie was gone. Jack reached into his backpack. He pulled out the scroll and the scepter. He put them next to the mummy's skull. It was just he was imaginary, or
Was it just his imagination?
Or did he deeply sighed, seeing the shoulder thought
Shudder
throughout the room? Did the mummy face grow calmer?
Mm-hmm.
Did the mummy? Jack held his breath as he packed away out the mummy's room, out of the boat. From downstairs.
Wait, I think you're skipping words. Where is he hurried?
Out of the mummy room, out of the boat room, down the stairs. At the bottom of the stairs, he heavily
heaved.
He saw on his he heaved his own sigh, a sigh of relief. He looked down the hallway. It was empty. Hey, are you? Hey, are you?
Where are you?
Where are you? He said. No answer. Where in the world is Annie? Jack stared down the hallway. Started down the hallway. Annie! He called. Had she run away out of the pyramid? Was she already outside? Annie, help! Jack, help Jack! Came a cry. The voice sounded far away. It was Annie. Where was she? Help, Jack! Annie! Jack started to run along the shadowy hallway. Help! Jack! Help, Jack! She cried, seemingly fainted. Jack
seemed fainter.
Jack, stop! He was running away from her voice. Annie! He called. He went back towards the burial chambers. Jack! There he heard her voice was louder. Jack! Even louder. Jack climbed the stairs. He went back into the boat room. He looked around the room at the faint
furniture,
the music instruments, the boat. Then he saw another door right next to the door he had just came through. The door was open. Jack dashed through it. He found himself at the top of the stairs. They were just like the stairs in another hallway. He went down into the hallway. It was lit by torches on the wall. It was just like in the other hallway. Annie! He called. Jack! Annie! Jack was running towards the hallway, towards him. She crashed into him. I was lost, she cried. I think this is one of those false passages, but built to fool the tomb robbers, said Jack. A false passage, said Annie, panting. Yeah, it looks just like the right hallway, said Jack. We have to go back to the boat room and out the door, right door. Just then he heard a creaking noise. Jack and Annie turned around. They looked up the stairs. Then they watched the horror as the door slowly creaked shut, as deep rumbled out in the distance, and the torches went out.
It was pitch dark. What happened? Asked Annie. I don't know. Something weird, said Jack. We have to get out of here fast. Push against the door. Good idea, said Annie in a small voice. They felt their way through the darkness to the top of the stairs. Don't worry. Everything's going to be okay, said Jack. He was trying to stay calm.
Of course, said Annie. Then they leaned against the wooden door and pushed. It wouldn't budge. They pushed harder. It's no use. Jack took a deep breath. It was getting harder to breathe and harder to stay calm. What can we do? Asked Annie. Just rest a moment, said Jack, panting. His heart was pounding as he tried to see through the darkness. We should start down the hall, he said.
Annie said.
Maybe we can exit. Eventually come into an exit. He wasn't sure about that, but they had no choice. Come on, he said. Feel the walls. Jack felt the stone wall as he climbed slowly down the stairs, and he followed. Jack started down the dark hallway. It was impossible to see anything, but he kept going, taking one step at a time, moving his hands along the wall. He went around the corner. He went around another corner. He came to the stairs. He went up. There was a door. He pushed against it, and he pushed too. The door wouldn't budge either. Was this the same door they had started at? It was no use. They were trapped. Annie took his hand in the dark. She squeezed it. Then stood together at the top of the stairs, listening to the silence. Meow! Oh man, Jack whispered. He's back, said Annie. Meow! Follow him, called Jack. He's going away from us. They started down the dark hallway, following the cat's meow. Hands against the walls, Jack and Annie stumbled through the darkness. Meow! They followed the sound. That was a false sneeze. They followed the sound all the way through the winding hallway, down, around one corner, then another and another. Finally, they saw light at the end of the tunnel. They rushed forward out into the bright sun. Yay! Annie shouted, but Jack was thinking. Annie, he said, how did we get through of a false passage? The cat, said Annie. But how could the cat do it? Asked Jack. Magic, said Annie. Jack forward but frowned, but looked at Annie. She pointed at the cat, bounding away from the sand. Thank you, called Annie. Thanks, Jack shouted at the cat. His black tail waved, and then he disappeared in a shimmering wave of heat. Jack looked towards a palm tree. At the top of one sat a treehouse, the bird nest. Time to go, Jack said. He and Annie set off for the palm tree. It was a long, hot walk back. At last, Annie grabbed into the rope ladder, then Jack. Once they were inside the treehouse, Jack reached for the book about Pennsylvania. Just then, he heard a rumbling sound, the same sound they heard in the pyramids. Look! Annie pointed out the window. Look! Jack looked. A boat was beside the pyramids. It was gliding over the sand like a boat sailing over the sea. Then it faded away into the distance. Was that a mirage, or the ghost queen finally on her way to the next life home? Jack whispered to Annie. Jack opened the Pennsylvania book. Then he pointed to the picture of Frog Creek. I wish we could go home, he said. The wind began to blow. The leaves began to shake. The wind blew harder and harder. It whistled louder. The treehouse started to spin. It spun faster and faster. Then everything was still. Absolutely still. Silent, I mean.
Late morning sunlight shone through the treehouse window. Shadows danced on the walls and ceiling. Jack took a deep breath. The treehouse was back in the Frog Creek woods. I wonder what Mom's making for lunch, said Annie. She was looking out the window. Jack smiled. Lunch, Mom, home. It all sounded so real, so calm and safe. I hope it's peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, he said.
I just like the peanut butter and the sandwiches. He closed his eyes, and the wood floor felt cool. Boy, this place is a mess, said Annie. We would better make it neater in case Em comes back. Jack had almost forgotten about Em. Would they ever meet the mysterious Em, the person who seemed to own the books in the treehouse? Let's put the ancient book on the bottom of the pile, said Annie. Good idea, said Jack. He needed to rest before he visited another ancient tomb. Let's put a dinosaur book on top of the ancient Egyptian book, said Annie. Yeah, good, said Jack. And a long rest before they visit another Tyrannosaurus Rex. The castle book then go on the very top of the pile, said Annie. Jack nodded and smiled. He liked thinking about the knight on the cover of the castle book. He felt that as a knight was his friend. Jack, said Annie, look. Jack opened his eyes. She pointed at the wooden floor. What is it? He asked. You have to see for yourself, Jack groaned. He got up. He stood next to Annie and looked at the floor. He didn't see anything. Turn your head a little bit, said Annie. You have to catch the light just right. Jack tipped his head to the side. Something was shining on the floor. He tipped his head a little more. A letter became into focus. The letter N! It was shimmering in the sunlight. This proved the treehouse belonged to N. Absolutely, for sure, no question, no doubt about it. Jack touched the M with his finger. It was skin tingled. Just then the leaves trembled. The wind picked up. Let's go down now, he said. He grabbed his backpack. Then he had Annie climb down the ladder. As he stood on the ground below the treehouse, Jack heard the sound in the bushes. Who's there? He called. The woods grew still. I'm going to bring the medallion back soon. What does that mean?
A medallion is kind of like a medal. I don't remember them taking a medallion, but maybe they did in the last book.
Medallion back soon, Jack said loudly, and the bookmark to the both of them tomorrow. Who are you talking to? Asked Annie. I can feel like M is nearby, Jack whispered. Annie's eyes grew wide. Should we look for him? But just then their mother's voice came from a distance. Jack! Annie! Jack and Annie looked around the treehouse. Then they looked at each other tomorrow. And then said together, and they took off running out of the woods. They ran down the street, ran across their yard. They ran into their house. They ran into their kitchen. They ran right to their mom. She was making peanut butter and jelly sandwiches.
Whoops.
Good thing that didn't spill.
Yes.
Or that would be.
And then there's only like one fact about building the pyramids. Do you want me to read it?
Yes.
It took many years to build a pyramid. It also took thousands of workers. Egyptologists think the workers used wooden rollers to move giant stones across the desert. Some of these stones weighed over 4,000 pounds. No one really knows exactly how the workers put the giant stones in place. Most Egyptologists think they built large ramps to raise the stones up the sides of the pyramid. When the pyramid was finished, the ramps were torn down. Many people think the work on the pyramids was done by slaves. This is not true. Almost all the work was done by farmers during the flood season. The farmers were paid to help build the pyramids, but most of them worked for a reason more important than money. They believed building the pyramids would help them get to the next life when they died. Do you know what an Egyptologist is?
Somebody that studies Egypt.
Yeah. Okay, we are done for today.